Welcome to the Simulation Survivor. Today we're going to be obtaining and max mutating the rock drake. Similar to a wyvern, you need to steal its eggs. I'm here in the bottom of Aberration. Be sure to wear a full hazmat suit as it's radioactive down here, as well as climbing picks to get up to the nests, and a glider suit to get back to your tame in a hurry, because once you take an egg, loads of rock drakes come. And here we have our first level 190 egg, which is the cap if you're playing official difficulty. Just grab that, rush back to your tame, and be ready to fight loads of rock drakes. If you don't want to get your eggs on Aberration, you can come to Astrayos. Here's the cords and the map. Make sure to bring a gas mask in here. You don't need hazmat, but you take a ton of damage from gas in here. This is a much better map to get good rock drakes on. There's more nests, and they spawn at higher levels much more frequently. And then once you obtain your eggs, you're going to need a unique food for the baby rock drakes, and that is nameless venom. On Astrayos, you get it by killing these giant scorpions. Be warned, they do have about 20,000 health, so prepare for a decent fight. Here's our location on the map. It's just the bottom right. This entire area is covered in these guys, as well as desert drops. We got 4 from this one. It's guaranteed, unlike nameless. After stealing multiple level 190 drake eggs, I went back to base and started combining all their best stats together. We didn't get the best base, I'm going to be honest. I usually aim for at least 40, sometimes even 50, but I was very unlucky. And similar to a wyvern, if your breeding stats are boosted that much, you won't even need nameless venom, and they eat meat once they're adults. After getting our mutations, I threw their parents into the bio grinder from Bob's Tall Tales, and it gives us extraordinary kibble. And here we are with 255 mutations into every single stat. The rock drake has some amazing color regions, but I just had to go with the channel colors. They're my favorite. I just couldn't resist it because I'm going to be using this creature a lot. This is the best creature to get around Aberration on. In my opinion, Aberration has the best progression system, and this is the perfect in-game creature. Just look how beautiful this is on the surface. By getting the rock drake, you now have insane mobility, and you can go to the surface and farm drops. Unfortunately, it does seem like they don't have a beam anymore like they did in ASA on the surface. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but it makes it much harder to find drops. But still worth it though. Rock drakes have the amazing ability to turn invisible, and that means that nothing will aggro you. So you can just turn invisible, walk up to the drop, dismount, grab everything, and get out of there. There's also these hypercharge nodes on the surface which charge batteries and craft element much faster than the traditional charge node. Now let's get into the tests. So we're going to be starting with melee with no levels in a melee, just mutations. We're hitting for 1694. And a little dive attack does like 150. Now with all 88 levels in a melee with the max mutations, we're biting for 4,228. Now let's try mate boost, all 88 levels in a melee with max mutations, and we're going to take on this Paleo Giga. So with a single bite, we're hitting for 5,624, and the Giga is raging after only 2 bites. Probably help if I didn't leave the other one on passive. If you're interested in max mutating creatures really quickly, I have a guide covering it, and if you want a server, make sure to check out Mutate, the sponsor of this series. Their link is in my bio, and if you're interested in joining this specific server, I let all my Patreons and YouTube members join, and I do have 2 free servers. Just join the Discord. And there goes a Paleo Giga. Now let's try UD buff, mate boost, and all at 8 levels into melee. 7,030. That's pretty solid. I kind of expected more for the rock drake, but that's still pretty good. Without mate boost, it's 5,343. If you toggle their little climbing ability, they just do a little head nod. This is also one of the few creatures in the game that gets its own tech saddle. You get it by defeating Rockwell. This is especially useful in PvP. Not only is it good for PvP, surface drop hunting, and just traversing in general, but it's of course great for getting more rock drake eggs if you want to get better base stats. But I love to use it to come down here to the element lake, but be careful, don't land into the lake, it will kill you in your light tame. I like to use it to come down here and get black pearls and polymer. Dire Bear is much better for polymer, but these black pearls are great. You just land down here and pick up these black pearls with your hand. I'm on a 5-time server, that's why I'm getting so many. And these little plants with the little bulbs on top give you polymer. These rock drakes also have pretty good base weight, and if you're curious how much we'd have, if we put all 88 levels into weight, we'd have just under 15,000 weight. I highly recommend having a rock drake dedicated to just weight for this map especially. And if you have friends, unlike me, you can seat multiple people on the back of the rock drake. It seats 2, but it looks like it should seat 3. I don't have 3 friends to try that out, or I would let you know. And if you're curious how much health you would have, if you put all 8 levels into it, you'll have 266,000 health. I don't know why, but if you wanted to stay invisible forever and put all your levels into stamina, you'd have 38,000 stamina. So interesting thing about Nameless Venom for Rock Drakes, it kind of works like veggie cakes. Again, you get Nameless Venom from those scorpions on Astraios and from Nameless on Aberration. And that Nameless Venom has no cooldown, so you can force feed as much as you want, but it doesn't stack, so that's kind of how it's nerfed. But if you combine that with these plants right here, you get some insanely fast, busted healing. They actually had to nerf it because it was so good, but look how fast my health is going up. Did you know that rock drakes weren't always breedable? Back in the day, they were not. But you can actually breed them and use their eggs to tame basilisks, which we may or may not be max mutating in the next video, so you should probably subscribe to stick around and find out. So the strategy is to put a bulldog down and put a foundation on top of it, so the basilisk is stuck on aggro but cannot damage the bulldog. Drop your eggs on top, it's just going to stay there and keep munching till it eats the eggs and is tamed. If you think the weight on rock drakes is crazy, wait till you try one of these guys. They're also great for base defense, and they are also breedable now. I love how ASA is making everything breedable.
Have you come here to challenge me? I'm afraid you've made a fatal error in judgment, survivor.
It seems like the rock drake's uses are endless. This is one of the main things I'd love to use them for in like the in-game Aberration, is use them for the boss fight, because you can shoot from the back of these guys. I'm joined by multiple server members here. We got Patreons, we got YouTube members, and some of the players from the free Ragnarok server. Anyone can join, just join the Discord. But we're just going around in this big circle and shooting his tentacles. Once all the tentacles are dead, he's going to lean forward and expose his heart. You can rush up front and either shotgun it or bite it. Since we have so much damage on these drakes, we're just biting him. But watch out for those orbs, they will damage your player. This is a multi-phase fight, so you're going to be shooting loads of tentacles, and he's going to be talking the entire time. This is a very yappy boss fight, but the lines are pretty good. If you couldn't tell, it's also what the channel's logo is based off of. This is my favorite DLC. It's just so good. Make sure to bring multiple sets of armor and some med brews, because this fight can turn south really quick. And these tentacles also can dismount you, so watch out for that. We did almost lose a member to that. He got dismounted, his bulldog got killed. And once you're about halfway through the fight, he does summon Reapers and Nameless. So you're going to want to make sure you have a bulldog to fight those guys. There's the electric attack you're seeing right now. That's what will dismount you if you're not careful. If you walk into that, you're dismounted and stunned. And there goes Alpha Rockwell and an extra 15 levels on everyone's character that joined, as well as unlocking the tech sleeping pod, the tech rock drake saddle, and the railgun. Well, if you were ever curious about what a max mutated rock drake could do, now you know. Make sure to comment which creature you'd like to see me max mutate next, and I'll add it to the list, put it on the spinning wheel, and it might just be in the next video. Okay, maybe not the next one, because the next one is definitely the basilisk, but the one after that. And don't comment Dreadnought. I'm doing that for either episode 50 or 100. I get that request like 10 times a day. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.